Hi, welcome to another episode of What's on the Horizon. I'm Lori Sharonbrock here with Chris Schucker of Digital Horizons. And today we're going to talk about technology integrators. I know that that's what your company really is built on being. What does that mean? What does that mean to be a technology integrator?
That's our own attributed fancy fancy title that we call each other. And it really does encompass what we do well. We take technology and we integrate it into architecture, into spaces, and we blend it into the residential or commercial environments that we work in. Yeah, to be a technology integrator is just taking disparate pieces of technology that we know we can make work together and integrating it in a unique way that adds to somebody's day-to-day life or improves their, business experience or efficiency or, capabilities.
How, as a homeowner, how do I know I need one? How do I know to get you?
Well, I think it probably becomes necessary just through a process of elimination, I guess, meaning you want certain things in your house, but you don't know how to do it yourself, or what you want to do is beyond your capabilities, or you just don't have the time. And that's where we come in. We have solutions that meet virtually anybody's needs, and we tailor a plan to anybody's specifications and budget.
How do you go about picking one or finding one? What's the best way to do that?
So what I usually tell people, if most of the time when we're being engaged by somebody, they've already talked to somebody who's worked with us or they've been referred to us. Most of our business is from word of mouth, is through referral, and so they have lots of what I would think are good examples of good workmanship. So, but in the instance where we are being evaluated against another company, my recommendation is to, like with anything, get referrals. Find, if you can, within the last 10 or 15 clients, get them to give you contact information for 2 to 3 of them. Ask them the work that was done. Ask them how long it took that company to finish the work. And then ask them what it was like to get service after the fact, how long it took to, resolve issues and what that looked like. I'm also a big fan of evaluating work and looking at the work that you don't normally see up front. So it's really easy to take nice and neat pictures of a TV on a fireplace or on a swing arm or this and that and show it blended into these really cool spaces. But what really matters in the systems that we or other companies install and how they perform is in the stuff you can't see. What does it look like behind the TV? What do the wire terminations look like? How messy is it? If there's a centralized location for all of the equipment, what does the equipment rack look like? Are things spaced properly? Is the wire managed? All kinds of things like that. The behind the scenes, when you pull the curtain back, how messy is it? Is when you go over to a friend's house, are they always closing that one room off because it's the kid's bedroom and the kid never cleans it? Or what are they hiding that they don't want you to see? Like get the behind the scenes view, and I think that will tell you a lot of what that company or individual's capabilities are. And the last thing that I didn't really think was going to be a big deal until we did it ourselves is a company that has a physical location and can show you what they do and how it operates and maintains that space, as well as performs the installations that they need to do. Our first 3 or 4 years of operation, that wasn't us, and I didn't think it was important. But we got to a point where we grew, and the expectations of us, we needed a space that we have now, which we call our experience center. And time after time, when I have people come in here and they can see what we do and see it firsthand and touch it and feel it, there are so many instances of somebody telling us how much confidence that gave them to have somebody like us proudly displaying what we do and being able to show it to somebody firsthand. Because it's, on the other hand, it's, everything that we do is very abstract to a lot of people, and so it gives that sense of reality to the technology and almost makes it seem more, makes it less intimidating.
Yeah, and I would imagine we've talked about this in other videos too, that as much as being able to see and touch and feel and have really great quality products, that support is probably an issue too. It's what happens after you leave, right?
Yeah, yeah. When we're recording this, we're in April of 2021. We're kind of getting through COVID. The housing market is super duper busy, and we can't keep up with the requests. And so we're being very cognizant to reserve time as we kind of get into this spring and summer season where a lot of our clients are coming up, they're coming to a second home. We're turning down new work or taking over systems so that we can maintain time in our schedule for servicing things that we've installed over the years. And if we were not turning down work, our customers would be waiting very long periods of time to get things taken care of. So there has to be a priority on that, because what we do, it's almost a managed service anymore. A lot of what we do is very much shifting towards the IT world, where it's something that it doesn't require day-to-day or week by week or month by month care, but when something goes wrong, it's kind of important, something has to be fixed. So we put a very high priority on service.
Yeah, I imagine that kind of goes back to what you said in the beginning, why someone chooses you is because they don't know how to do it themselves. And so that support becomes really critical at that point. Is there a particular service that you specialize in, or is it kind of a jack of all home automation trades, if you will? What should someone look for in that? Someone more specialized or someone who can do a little bit of everything?
So there's definitely a category that we fall in that exists in between plumbers and HVAC technicians and electricians. The thing that I would not necessarily say you should look for as far as like a service offering, what I would recommend is stay away from electricians that try to step into the field that we exist in. And not that there isn't electricians out there that are capable of doing what we're doing, but it requires a lighter touch and just a different skill set, a different knowledge base. I mean, there's a different contractor's license for us versus an electrician. And so, yeah, that would be one of the main things is there's some trades that try to get involved that it's not their primary thing, and because they can get it at their supply house, now they're qualified to install and set these things up. But so often they don't have the partnerships with the manufacturers, and they don't have the better support for the products that they're installing. And if it's not the primary thing that they do, there's so many minute details that you just don't get if you don't work on this stuff all the time. But generally speaking, if somebody calls them a technology integrator, a system integrator, or if they're involved in the low voltage industry and they do audio systems and things like that, that's going to be our line of work. And actually, the most important thing that we do that's critical to everything, either as a standalone thing or is necessary to make everything else work, is the networking and IT portion of what we do. I can't remember the last home we were involved in that we weren't doing something networking oriented. And so if the person that you're working with has no background in networking, and if you ask them how to set up a VLAN, or how to route ports, or any sort of advanced networking functionality, they don't know what a subnet is, like, walk away, because that stuff is mission critical for even the most basic systems that we install.
So this might be asking you to pick a favorite child. But is there a favorite room that you have in the Experience Center?
Probably the living room or our media room. Yeah. I'm such a movie buff. I love, we have a big TV. We have an 85-inch LCD television, and we have the most awesome couch. We have the perfect table for putting your feet up. And the couch is like 12 feet away from the TV. So when you're sitting there, it's like, it's taking up a large part of your vision, and it's very engrossing. So yeah, I enjoy that room a lot. Yeah.
Okay, well, I won't tell the other rooms that you said that. They'd probably be sad. Yeah, we'll keep that our secret.
They'll stop working.
They'll stop. The instant you say that, they will. That's how it works. So if someone wanted to come see the Experience Center or interview you or talk with you about what you can do, what's the first step?
Call us. I mean, you can stop by anytime, but if you want to call and just chat with us, or if you want to set up a Zoom call or anything, we're very passionate about what we do. So don't hesitate to reach out. And our phone number is 218-330-4140.
Awesome. I think that's a great way to get started. Like I said, I've been in the Experience Center. It's a great place. My favorite room, I would say, is the kitchen.
Okay.
That's because I like to cook, and I love the shades in there and those cool things. So I would say the kitchen is my favorite room.
It sounds pretty good in there too.
It does. It's really, really cool what you can even do in that kind of space too. So thanks for all that awesome information today. I think what you guys have there is exceptional, and it's really great information for just regular people to understand how any of that works. So yeah, thanks for being here today, and we'll see you in our next video.